Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your English program, English TV show on Al Imran TV. Today, guest is Gogo Jaro. She's an English teacher, and we're going to talk about the Senegalese education system. Gogo, how are you doing?
Hello, Obama. I'm okay, and you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes, I'm very delighted to be here today.
Okay, it's a big pleasure and honor to have you here today on Al Imran TV. Okay, as I said a while ago, we're going to talk about the Senegalese educational system. And my first question is why education is important in life?
Okay, I think education is the essence of life because it shapes the human beings with values. I mean, like a pure education. And in this perspective, I single out degrees and knowledge. Because when you have pure knowledge, you will be able to think by yourself independently without being influenced. And also, some people, they go to school just to have degrees, but others, they understand the importance of education because they seek knowledge. Like, for instance, people like me, because I'm very passionate about education, because I know the importance of it, because it leads to, freedom and open-mindedness. But also, I cannot talk about education without mentioning the traditional education we used to have here in Africa. Because our ancestors, they would use storytelling or proverbs to teach, because we have an oral tradition here in Africa. And what was important in those types of education is they emphasize on the social responsibilities. Like, everyone was very important in the society, and they prepare people to live in a society. Like, kids or children, they were, involved in some works like farming or even fishing, just some like social responsibilities, and sometimes even political participation, or even, spiritual and moral values. So I believe education is everything in life.
Okay, can we have a successful life without education?
I don't think so, because we learn from the cradle to the tomb.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, like, the essence of life itself is education.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we cannot have a successful life without education.
But education, we have to make it clear, it's not about going to school only.
Okay.
You see, it's having, any types of education. Going to the Quranic school is education. Learning sociology or any types of knowledge. Because my perception about education is knowledge. It's just a way of acquiring knowledge. But it's not only going to school.
Okay, what are the major challenges, of education here in Senegal?
When it's come to that question, we must ask ourselves, what do we train our students for?
Okay.
Because, and this question is even linked to good governance, because good governance is nothing but just to assess, first of all, the natural resources you have, the financial resources available, and also the types of human resources you need. But here, it's normal when you ask the student, what do you want to be in the future? They don't even know. Because it's because of the content of the educational system. What are we teaching our kids to, after their studies, to work for the country or to do something for their country? But unfortunately, it's not the case. Also, among the challenges, we have the lack of equipment and resources in our school. Also, I need to say that education is not available everywhere here in Senegal. I mean, it's not accessible to everywhere, especially in remote areas.
Okay, do you think that the problem of education can be definitely resolved?
Yes, if we are willing to, honestly, because personally, I don't believe in impossibility.
Okay.
If we are willing to solve our problem, it will be possible.
And what are the ways we're going to take to solve these problems? What are the ways we're going to take to solve these problems of education?
Yeah, as I was saying, we have to choose what do we want to teach our student first.
Okay.
And the relation it has with our reality. Because when you train someone, normally it should be for a precise purpose. Because we have everything here, like the natural resources. We have gold, we have good lands, we have the black gold, everything. But we are not, we don't have enough tools to exploit all those things so as everyone can benefit it. So what I mean is we have to talk about the content first of the program, and then also to choose good teachers based on some sound criteria.
Okay.
And also to invest money seriously on education.
That means some teachers are not well trained. That's why we have some problem of education.
I don't think so, because you know me, I have a high regard of our teachers and professors, because they are very good in terms of teaching, in terms of making you understand. Because I'm talking about the public school teachers.
Okay.
Because to be a teacher, normally you have to go to FASTEF first to be trained to become a teacher. You see, so of course when you go to FASTEF, normally you should be good. I mean, in terms of teaching. But the other problem is some people are teaching just for money.
Okay.
It's just like a business now. For
It is a
some people.
problem, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem, because you know teaching or education is very serious. You cannot do it when you think of having money all the time. It's good also to teach without any self-interest.
Okay. Is education free here in Senegal?
Yes, in public schools.
Public schools.
In public schools, but still, some students always have some problem to buy maybe school supplies. But in other schools, like some bilingual schools,
Yeah.
it can be very expensive
Okay.
because of the types of program they have, because they're preparing their student to be to sit for the international baccalaureate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the language in the Senegalese education curriculum?
Yeah, most of the time it's Arabic or French.
Okay.
Most of the time we use Arabic or French to teach our kids.
Okay.
But the only time I remember personally being taught in those in our local languages is when I was at university, in my third year, because I was doing linguistics. So we have to choose which local language do you wanna have for the semester, and I did Wolof.
Okay.
And also when I was writing my master dissertation, I did a comparative study between English and Wolof. You see,
Okay.
those are the only moment I use personally our local languages. But it is very sad, honestly, because we need those languages since we use those languages every single day to communicate. And learning a foreign language, everybody knows that it's not easy. You see?
Yeah, you are right. I think it's going to be good for us, you know, to use our local language. To
It's the best thing, because we cannot develop our country without speaking our languages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you see China also, they do it. I think China,
Of course.
they use their local language.
Yeah, of course.
That's why they are developed.
It's more natural. Just imagine we are forced to speak other languages. It's not natural. Because here we speak Wolof or Jola or Tukula. We are very good at ease in those languages.
Okay. And what is the education literacy rate here in Senegal?
Well, I would say it's more important in the cities than the rural areas, because here at least we have a lot of schools compared to the rural areas, but they are getting more and more conscious about the value and importance of education. That's why we have they build the provisional shelters.
Okay.
They're the one who build it.
Okay.
They build the provisional shelters, and then they require the government just some teachers. But now they stop sending teachers there because they don't want those provisional shelters to multiply.
Okay.
But I think it's not fair, because they are doing, at least they are taking actions to school their children. So why not to help them?
Okay. And what are the education reforms?
Well, I won't say they are like, I mean, those are not structural reforms, because it's not changing anything.
Okay.
Because what I know is, like in elementary school, for instance, now the kids are taught, especially when it's come to social studies, they are taught things based on things that are around them, you see. Now when it's come to university, we have now integrate the LMD system, like bachelor, master and doctorate. But even that one, we take it from the European system. And all the 15 countries in ECOWAS are following the same trend. That's why I'm telling you, there is no major changes.
Okay. And which African country spends the most on education?
English-speaking countries, as usual, like Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya, if I'm not mistaken, and even Morocco. And they're the one who spend even more on research. And you know, research is very important. I mean, any types of research, scientific research, and it's very important because, you know, if the world is here today, it's thanks to research. And here in Africa, the rate of research is just 1% or less than 1%, you see. which is very sad.
Okay, but here in Senegal, the government has spent much money on education, but we still have problems.
Yeah.
What solution will advocate to solve this problem?
Yeah, but I believe the money is not going where it's supposed to go.
Okay.
Because the problem here is they love saying they spend such and such amount in like education or health, whereas they don't do any assessment to see how this money was managed, or how people use that money. Because when you work on a very serious project, from time to time you have to assess so as to make it work better. But also, as long as they are afraid of decentralization, we will have problem in many sectors.
And do you think good teachers can make a good school system?
Yes, not necessarily, because a good system depends on the content of the education, first of all.
But also on the content of good teachers.
Yeah, of course it is, because the teacher has to be competent. So, because if you're not competent, it will affect your students as well. So it's